How's it going, everybody? Hey, welcome to the Kathy J Show. Any guesses? Any guesses on who I am? Anybody? All right, here's another guess, and if you didn't get it. Did you get it? Did you like that? Slimer from Ghostbusters, yay! So here's the thing, everybody. Today for Halloween, my whole crew and I, we are all ghosts today. So here is producer Mary. Mary likes booze. Here is my director, Matrice, the famous Beetlejuice ghost. And you are rocking it, Matrice. Okay, now this one, got to give some props. Okay, so there's director Sarah trying to move a shoe. Does anyone know who that is? It's Patrick Swayze from Ghost. Look at that. And she got director Ben in on the joke. He's the crazy guy in the train that teaches him how to move the penny. There's my floor director, John, being just a scary ghost that you never want to see. And, come on, everybody. Props to my producer, Colleen, who loves anything Harry Potter. And so when we said ghosts, she immediately knew Moaning Myrtle in the bathroom. I will be Moaning Myrtles. So here's the thing, everybody. Props, you guys, to my staff. You guys really look awesome. I love you. All right, so here's the thing. We're all dressed up this way for a lot of good reasons because it's Halloween. We love dressing up, but it's all about ghosting today. You see? You see what we're trying to do? I'm not talking about Casper or the Headless Horseman. I'm talking about when someone suddenly stops all communication with you, and then where did they go? Joining me today, guess what, everybody? Our resident Ghostbuster, Hope Rike from It's Just Lunch is here. Yay!
Hello!
Thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me.
I'm sorry you have to stare at this the whole show.
It's okay. I like it.
Okay. So before we go to break, let's talk really fast.
Okay.
Ghosting happens in romantic relationships all the time.
That's mostly what it's known for.
Yes, exactly, Hope. So, but it's also in other types of relationships. What are the different types of ghosting?
Well, if humans can ghost in any type of relationship.
For
so
sure.
It could be a family unit that you're ghosting someone from. It could be a social circle,
Yeah.
a friend. It could be I've even heard of people ghosting on their employment, just not showing up again.
Yes.
And everybody's like, what happened to that?
Right, they seem so happy to be here. Where are they? What happened?
Yeah, so you can ghost in many different aspects of life.
Okay, but the one that seems to be, the term that seemed to happen is when it has to do with dating.
Yes.
Right, okay, yeah, because nobody wants to be like ghosted when you're dating because people, I feel like they take it more personal.
Absolutely.
Because it's really, what was it about me?
Yes.
Right.
Just like anything. And I mean, dating, relationships, we're all on a higher emotion level when we're dealing with it. And people think right away rejection. Yeah. And it hurts more if it's on a romantic level.
Yes, I think it also, yeah, exactly, Hope, but it also hurts a lot more because it's not like, like I'm sharing more with you because I'm thinking of dating you. Like I wouldn't tell all this to my coworkers. So when they ghost me, it's different. You're ghosting me after I shared personal information.
Yes.
That's an insult almost, right? Do you think that's why it makes people crazy?
I think it makes people crazy for multiple reasons. That's one, because one is the why.
Yeah.
What happened? What did I do? Did I do something?
Right.
Are they just not attracted to me? What happened?
Right.
So that big question mark is what drives a lot of people crazy.
Yes, and that's why we're having the show today, Hope.
Exactly.
Because so many people were like, ghosting, like he did this. Like if you go on social media, it's a bunch of people saying this happened, he's not hitting me back, anybody know why? So yeah, that's why we're doing the show on ghosting today. And this is where we're gonna break, okay? We have to disappear for a few minutes. But don't go anywhere. When we come back, everybody, we were going to talk more about ghosting and get right into this. We'll be right back. Kathy J. The Colorado Lottery is an official partner of the Kathy J Show. Colorado Lottery, play on. Welcome back to the show. Boo, everybody. Sorry, I didn't mean to scare you.
You're good. You're that good.
Oh. We're talking about one of the scariest things to happen to you, ghosting, everybody. So we brought in our dating expert, Hope Rike from It's Just Lunch. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you again for having me.
Dude, I just love you so much because you drop the knowledge because you deal with people dating every single day. That's your job.
Every day.
Every day. So when it comes to ghosting, okay, people ghost for a lot of different reasons. What are they?
Well, there are a lot, right?
Yeah, one can happen in any type of relationship, but why do they do it?
Sometimes the person that's the ghoster is just a non-confrontational person. It could be that they think, oh, I've only spent a limited amount of time with this person. I don't really owe them an explanation. I'm not interested. Me not responding is me telling them I'm just not interested.
Yes.
And that's really inappropriate. I mean, you really should just say, I'm not interested, right? Like, we're all adults here.
Right, okay.
But it could be either that they're non-confrontational, or really they just don't care, and they think you should get the point if I don't respond to you.
There is that, right. But the not responding starts making you go crazy. Like, what was it? What did I say? Should
the person that's getting ghosted also might think, did my last text go through?
Right.
What if they didn't get the message?
I should text again.
Exactly. And then they can start, making themselves a little crazy, like you said, because they don't know.
Right.
And they don't know if you got the last message.
Right.
Oh, my friend said she texted me last week. I didn't get that. Maybe he didn't get this text. Yeah. I better reach out one more time.
Okay.
So, one reason is either non-confrontational or they don't care. Sometimes the person who's being ghosted really took things a little bit too far.
Okay, explain that.
Okay, so maybe we had a date. We really hit it off.
Yes.
I like you, you like me.
Yes, you're hot.
We exchanged information. We exchanged a couple texts.
Yeah.
But then the next day, it's a work day, it's a Monday. And I look down at my phone after I get out of meetings and I have 40 texts from you.
Well, you didn't answer.
Yeah,
you weren't
that's because
answering.
I've been working.
And I wasn't sure if the first one went through, so I had to send a second one. And then I didn't know if the second one went through, so I had to send a fourth and fifth and sixth and
exactly.
12 and 13.
Exactly.
And then I was wondering if someone was okay with you after the 25th text. Like, are you dead? So then I had to find out.
It's been an hour.
Right, and then
you
I
haven't
tried
responded.
to find your mom.
Yes.
So that really happened to one of your clients.
Oh, absolutely. Over communication
Yeah.
and too soon in a relationship. I see this particularly with, when a woman is going too fast too soon.
Clingy.
And the guy is going, wow, like I just have only been on a date with you or a couple dates with you.
Yeah.
I'm working, so if I don't respond within an hour, 3 hours, and you start asking me if something's wrong, then they're taking that as this person's too needy.
Okay.
So sometimes men just shut down. They just go, whoa. And now I've got all these texts kind of asking me all over the place.
Yes.
And then they just say, okay, I'm done. Poof.
Yes, they just shut down. I love your word shut down. That is so true with men, I think in particular.
Absolutely.
But here's the thing. So I will be honest. I've ghosted people when it comes to friendships. But it's and there's a family member I wish I could ghost, but they're not getting the hint.
And they show up at family functions.
I know, and holidays are about to be here,
hiding.
so I'm like, dang it. But you know what? It was because I didn't want to tell them the truth because they were my friend, because I didn't want to say you're toxic. I can't be around people that are toxic. I've made a whole life cutting people that are toxic. So when you start insulting my husband, I gotta go. You know that kind of stuff.
Absolutely.
Why do I need to tell you that? Can't you just stop calling?
Exactly. Well, and it depends on the person too. Like, sometimes there's somebody who's doing something that you don't like and they may not realize it. Then there are people that we've known for a while. It could be family members that we know that even if we gave them that feedback, they would either not accept it or they would deny it.
Right.
So it becomes is this worth a confrontation?
Yes.
So it sounds to me like you kind of go into, I'm just gonna let it.
Because I am not confrontational, right?
Yes,
and so
exactly.
I do that. So and it's not like I'm not grown up. I'm not being immature. I feel.
Yeah.
But are you saying I am? Do I need to have a final
it depends.
goodbye?
I think it depends on the relationship too.
Okay.
How much time have you spent with this person? If it is just a friendly acquaintance, you've hung out a couple times. We're not talking we've been friends for years, or I think that's okay. You just kind of quietly, you stop responding as much. You're not as in contact. If it's somebody that you have spent substantial time with,
right,
and you would even at one point consider them a friend, I think it's worth being honest. Like I said, they might not accept that, right?
No, I can't.
And it doesn't have to be a confrontation. It can always just be like, hey, I really didn't like the way you spoke about my husband.
Okay.
Or, when you were talking about my other friend this way, or my sister, that's just not how I hang. So,
and because of that, we won't be talking anymore.
Yeah. So if you notice me not responding to you, that is why.
And I think that's part of the ghosting when it reaches other relationships is I've reached the point where I don't want to fight with you. I don't want you to come back at me and try to save yourself in my eyes. I don't want any of that. I just want it done.
Exactly.
And
I think that's why a lot of time ghosters ghost because they might even like somebody, but there's something about them that they're just never going to be able to get around.
Yes.
It could be even physical attraction. Like I went on a date, I liked them and I thought maybe I'd go out with them again. But, the more I think about it, the more I'm just not interested. And men do this a lot too. And women do it too. Women give out their phone number and they shouldn't.
Right.
If they don't want to see the guy again. And it happens. And I'm thinking, well, why did you even exchange numbers?
Because it's awkward when you're in front of the person and they're asking for it.
Yes, but it's more awkward and it really, it goes on longer and it keeps the other person having hope and thinking that there is going to be something longer, which only really leads to more hurt feelings.
I know, but we are all brought up to be people pleasers, more or less. And you don't want to say, so you'd rather just, that's fine. And you talk good in front of them, but then you have no intention of ever doing that. Well, obviously I'm failing at this, everybody. Hope keeps giving me the look like, Kathy, get it together.
Yeah, no, I think we all have that feeling. And especially women, people pleasers. We don't want to say no. We don't want to, crush their hopes. But as Mama said, honesty really is, the best way to go in these situations. If you're dating, everybody knows the dating game, right?
Yeah.
Like we know that part of it is that you have to like me and I have to like you.
Yes.
And if you're just not into someone, it's okay to say, Kathy, I think you're great. I really like you. But I don't think we have the right chemistry for a relationship. Slimer.
Yes, that's where we hold up.
Yeah.
Good job, Hope.
Slimer, I love your green skin. And
hold that thought. We'll be right back, everybody, after this quick break. We're going to find out. This is producer Colleen's question. Should you confront the ghoster or the person that hooked you up with the ghoster? We'll be right back. Kathy J. Ramos Law is an official partner of the Kathy J Show. He's a medical doctor and a lawyer. Ramos Law. What makes us different makes us better. Kathy J. Sorry, I just thought it might be funny. You got to play with your Halloween costumes as much as you can, everybody. He's going crooked this way. I'm sorry. But hey, everybody, Kathy J here as Slimer, because today we're talking about ghosting. We have Hope Rike, she's our dating expert, and the whole staff's dressed up as ghosts because ghosting happens all the time, Hope, as we're finding out. There are red flags that you said that you actually might be able to tell if you're hanging out with a ghoster and you don't know it yet.
Yes.
Okay, what are those red flags?
Okay, one is if they break plans. Okay. You have plans, it's kind of like it starts becoming a thing that they either switch the plan or cancel altogether. And another big one is if there are big periods of time, like you might think they ghosted,
obviously they ghosted
and like a week goes by, but then they pop back up. Right. So you're like, oh, they didn't ghost.
He's alive.
Well, he might ghost again, you know, or she might ghost again. So those are warning signs. I mean, you have to give people enough time these days. Like what I was mentioning earlier, if it's only been a day, you know, don't sweat it. Give it a little bit of time. People have busy lives. But when it's been, okay, I sent that text to him 3 days ago, just asking him if he liked puppies and pizza, and he hasn't responded. You know, then maybe you're ghosted. Yeah. Okay. So
all right.
Those are some red flags you can look for.
Speaking of the ghosting, okay, so can I confront the ghoster? Can I say, I mean, like, you need to tell me. I know we talked about it briefly in the other break, but really, like, confront. Like, you need to tell me what it was. Like, I'm going crazy, and you need to tell me.
You absolutely can.
Yeah.
But if you're going to, I think you have to be prepared for the answer that you might get.
Yeah.
Because they might tell you something that you don't actually want to hear.
Right. You're like, oh, that really hurt.
About
that
yourself.
Kind of cut to the core.
Yeah. Maybe.
I gotta go.
Yeah. They might say, I'm just not attracted to you. Or I'm sorry, your body type is not what I'm looking for.
True.
If you wanted the truth, this is the truth. I just thought I'd be nice and say nothing. You know? The other thing.
You shouldn't have said anything at all. I see the slippery slope.
Well, the other thing is that you might confront your ghoster, like, you really just tell me, and you might get no response again. Right. And then you're left there feeling even more like, oh, I really told him I'm going crazy. I need an answer. And he just doesn't care to even respond to me.
All you did was confirm that he shouldn't talk to you.
Exactly. And then you think, gosh, if I run into this guy, he's going to think I'm, or this girl, she's going to think I'm just really out there. So just be prepared to either get an answer you don't want or not get any answer, which is what really you already have.
Okay, but here's the thing. Are you allowed to go after the person that set you up with the ghoster? Because that person usually they sold you a bill of goods.
So
right?
like a friend sets you up with...
They gave you a lemon.
So
like
a friend...
Your
Your friend sets you up with a ghoster.
Yes.
Gotcha.
Can you confront that friend and be like, what's going on?
I think confront is too strong of a word. I would ask my friend, hey, Sally or, Bob that you set me up with, we had a good date and then I didn't hear back. Do you know, did I do
how
something?
Hope puts everything in a very kind of curious way.
Yeah, I'm just curious.
I just was wondering if you might, whereas I'm over here, hey, I'm here to confront you. Why didn't you want to go out? So I guess there is a way that you coax it in.
Yes, because your friend is at that point a little bit in the middle, right?
Yeah.
And maybe they know. And maybe they don't. Maybe they can say, well, Kathy, just so you know, he said on the date you said this or did this and that he was turned off or, but maybe.
He laughed at the time I did it. Sorry.
I love it.
I feel like you've been on my date, Soap.
Yes, I have been there. Other times they just might not know. They might feel like the other person might feel uncomfortable even telling them like, oh, your friend Kathy was a little out there or something,
I like to wear this while we're eating, okay? It's Halloween. The food can still go in the mouth. But you will find the right person. I feel that that's like,
absolutely.
At the end of the day, go in trying to be guarded but honest. Don't get offended when someone
rejection is part of dating.
Yeah, and life.
Yeah, and life. And in a perfect world, people would always just say, hey, I think you're great, but I'm not interested. I'm not attracted to you.
And we're not all going to get along.
Yeah, so I think you have to keep that hope that if somebody isn't responding to you that you were excited about, they're not your person.
Yes.
But one thing that we talked about is that sometimes life just happens. I've definitely seen clients that they both were interested.
Yeah.
They both said, I want to see this person again. And they exchanged numbers, maybe exchanged a couple texts here and there.
Yeah.
But then the other person had like something come up in life.
Okay.
And it could be something major, a death in the family.
Totally.
They lost their job. Something happens with their child.
Yes.
And that becomes their primary focus. They basically just let dating, none of this is important.
Right.
So I've had clients come back and say, I exchanged numbers with him. I really liked him, but then this happened. That was a month ago. I just didn't respond to his text. Do you think it's too late for me to reach out?
It's never too late, especially when you have a good excuse.
Exactly. I always say, try it. What's the worst that could happen at this point? You're not talking.
Right.
Because, you didn't respond and they probably thought you're not interested. If you reach out and just let them know, hey, I had this happen in life.
Yes.
I really did have a great time with you. I know it's been a little bit of time. If you're up for it, let's get a glass of wine. Let's go to lunch.
Let's do it. Let's hang out together.
You're not going to be any worse off than you already were if you were interested and you're not talking.
Goal for Hope. Yay. Score for Hope.
Give it there, Slimer.
High five for Hope. One more. Yeah. Well, that was a bad one.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, everybody. To connect with Hope, go to itsjustlunch.com. It's just lunch Denver.
Denver.com.
It's just lunch Denver.com. They are the experts. They see it all. They can help you find your love. We'll be right back. Rah! High five. Kathy J. Oakwood Homes is an official partner of the Kathy J Show. Oakwood Homes, building happiness. Kathy J. High five. High We're dancing. We're dancing. All right, everybody. It's time to say goodbye. I hate this, but it's okay. Thank you for hanging out with us this half hour. My staff and I want you to have a very happy, safe Halloween weekend. And Hope, thank you so much for being here to talk about ghosting. Okay, so one last thought for everybody out there about ghosting.
If you've been ghosted, don't give up hope because of it. You've got to let go of it because people get obsessed with the ... and they just want a period so that they can move on. So put your own period on it. Just say, I'm moving forward. I don't know what happened. If you're obsessed with the why, then you can't really be looking towards the future, and you're going to miss opportunities with new people.
It's about looking towards the future, everybody.
Yes, don't look back.
At the past.
Yes.
Thank you so much to my team for dressing up as ghosts. Everybody have a good one. Thank you, Hope.
Thank you.
GhostesLunchDenver.com. Bye.